Hello. Hey, how is it going? All right, y'all. So we are going to journal today, y'all. I kind of feel a little bit. Oh. So I went to the store today to pick up my child some 20-pound paper, cause he can't use my good paper, and So while doing so, and then I got my paper too that I need to print on. I picked up some stuff that I didn't need. Okay, picked up some pens that were on sale, and I don't see them. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to call these folks in the morning and be like, did y'all have a bag to the side? But I'm gonna make sure I look through my car before I call. Cause they were like this brown, like this, oh man, they were some Stapler brown pens. They were on sale for like $4. And they're usually like $15. Didn't need it. Now they're gonna have to find it though. Sure. I don't know. But like I said, I'm gonna look to make sure they didn't slide under the seat. Cause I just knew I was gonna show y'all my new toys, but apparently I'm not. Okay. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. As you come in, make sure you hit the like button, grab your journals and your things, and we will journal tonight. Now, I know we've been talking about that thing that's going around, but I can't say the name of that thing nor put it in the title because one of my videos got not completely demonetized, but they slowed down the advertisement. So I can't say that word. So we gonna call what's going on in the world. Um, I don't know. We gonna come up with a name for it, but we can't say the actual name because they will demonetize me, and I ain't here for that. Not at all. So that's that. Hey, P. So yeah, that's that. Lost my pens. Don't know where they are. I mean, I really got an attitude about that because I had a vision. I had a vision. So maybe we'll call what's going on it. I don't know it. Maybe that's just gonna be it. It is a mess. It. But we can't say that word. All right, so one thing that I wanted to do, y'all, was as we are out for it, I wanted to do some journal entries. I kind of want to do a journal entry per day, all of those things. And they will be a variety. So it'll be a variety of things, a variety of topics. So one of the things that I wanted to focus on, hey, everybody popping in. As you're coming in, make sure you hit that like button. And grab your journals if you're going to journal in your planner or whatever you're going to write in. If you're going to be on a notepad, let's do all of that. Grab what you need. And so one of the things, I'm going to pull out some of our journal prompts, our old school journal prompts. Last month in February, I released a journal series called Dear Social Media. And apparently I must have known something or was foreshadowing because I know that for me, I'm going to have to pull those journal prompts back out, y'all, because I am glued to social media, looking up it and the things that are going on with it. And I'm going to have to find a little bit of balance. I'm going to have to find a lot of bit of balance, okay? So for the first day journal prompt, I think we should kind of write like day one on here. We're going to write day one and perhaps let's discuss what you did for the day. So as we are preparing to figure out what I'm going to put on here, leave in the comment sections, how was your first day? Was it a good day? Was it challenging? Just don't say the name of what we're dealing with right now. If you want to refer to what's going on, title it, okay? But how was your first day? Yeah, girl, I'm country. A lot of bit of balance. A lot of bit of balance. You heard me correctly. So y'all will get used to this southern stuff, things that don't go together. And you're like, did she really say that? I did. I did. All right. So day one is what we're going to put down here. And Day one for me was busy. It was busy. So let's do day one. Okay, so you had to go to work. Okay, so you have to find a new normal for your kids. So yeah, today I popped into work for a second, but I was actually talking to one of my friends earlier about deciding what my new normal is going to be, because I'm not quite sure if I trust my clients like that, y'all. I mean, and at this point, it is changing a whole lot of things. So I got to decide if what I'm gonna do, okay? Because that is one of my money makers, but I am blessed to have Journal Jot and Jive. Who knew how she would come in handy, but she's coming in handy, so I'm thankful for that. Okay, so you felt a little weird because your plans were canceled, okay? So let's think about the page that we're developing today. The page that we're developing today will kind of be the start of how you're tracking things that are going on. So I would say on your first day, let's journal about the great, the good, and the not so good. Now, do you have to do a Dear Diary moment? No. You could do a couple of things. So this is my Stalogy. This is not necessarily my Dear Diary type of place where I would write. So perhaps I may do the great, the good, the not so good, and I might do bullet points so that I can write a little bit later. Or I may do some stickers that kind of show how I felt about the day. So for me, like overall, y'all, I can't really, there's no complaints about the day. Was it a little different? Sure. Did it make me feel any kind of way? No. It did look like a ghost town while I was out. I did go pick up a couple of more items for stashing. So if you have kids, I don't know. Mine's is like a garbage disposal, okay? And I don't mean like just all junk. You know how some people are like, well, if I put fruit and vegetables, my child's not going to eat. Oh, no, 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 no. He will come down for a bowl of grapes, an apple, a carrot, some cucumbers. If it's there, he's going to find a purpose for it. And so I said, self, we don't know what it is about to do and how long it is going to have us in this house. So I said, let me go grab some items. And not only did I pick up, hey, Sharon, not only did I pick up edible items, I also picked up items that you probably didn't think about, okay? So let's talk about a couple of the items that, you know, you just probably didn't think about. For ladies that still get their monthly feminine products. So let's just hypothetically say it says we have to stay down for a month. Everybody's not into stockpiling. Some people be like, oh, I ain't buying no pads of tampons until the next month, okay? Well, if you haven't, you may want to consider going to get the things that you need, okay? So take that into consideration. I ain't telling you what to do. I'm not trying to send you no fear, no panic, nothing like that. But consider going to get those things that you may need. Tylenol, Motrin, vitamin C, veggies. I've stressed this on the other videos. Veggies, veggies. One thing you want to do is keep your immune system up. Truth be told, it probably has been around for a minute before now, okay? But you do have some control on the things that you do. And one of them is what you put into your body. It's very easy when you are shut in to eat like you're shut in, okay? I had some rotel dip today, but tomorrow I'll be eating healthier. So you want to make sure that you have that balance. Veggies, if you're into collard greens, some kale, some oranges. I noticed today when I was grabbing some more items, oranges, grapefruit if you can eat it, because some people can't eat it depending on the medication that they're on. Y'all, that was there in abundance. I'm like, vitamin C, y'all don't want any vitamin C, y'all don't want any vitamin K, vitamin A, like greens and fruits were like there. And it probably can depend on the area you're in. So, you know, look into some things like that. Again, if you're changing the way you eat, you may want to get some Pepto-Bismol, because if your body is not used to that, you do not want to get backed up. I'm not saying you should take Pepto-Bismol each day, but perhaps you want to get something like that. Fiber. Fiber keeps you regular. Oatmeal. Oat bran. Certain beans. So consider some of that. All right, so today is day 1. Today is, what is today, y'all? Today is the 16th. So we are March 16th. And unfortunately for some of you all, I know tomorrow was like a big day where many of us pretend to be Irish and go out. And yeah, nope, that's not going to happen. So plans may have changed. So hopefully you're looking at something that you can do a little bit later. Oh, y'all, we got 2 visitors that don't like us. Hey, hope y'all are on here. Pull out your journal. All right, so we said it's March 16th. And in this case, I'm thinking put your date. Y'all know how I talk about sometimes I don't like dating certain journal entries. I don't necessarily look at this whole situation in the negative. So that's a little different for me. I'm looking at, what am I able to gain from this experience? What am I learning from this experience? So I'm probably going to date each date while this goes on. Yeah, I mean, you also have to think some people shopped for what they think may last long, or they may not know how to stretch the stuff, right? So instead of buying the fruit and freezing it, they may feel like, oh, dang, I got to eat it right now. Hey, I ain't seen you in a minute. How are you? All right, so we're going to put the year. It's 2020. All right, and so another thing, we're going to put the great, the good, the not so good. So let's section that off. So on day 1, how did it go for you? Did you have to work? And so let's say you had to work. In Atlanta, y'all, they showed the map of the traffic. We've never seen anything like it. So perhaps you had to drive into work. You might have been like, oh, I ain't feeling them. But your drive may have been better than you've ever experienced. That is something that you want to track. That may be a good moment, a great moment, or something you need to adjust. All right. And so, like I said, the great, the good, the not so good. But what I'm going to put instead of that, let's put what did not work, what needs adjusting, what worked. And so your goal may very well be over time, let the good outweigh the bad, okay? So we're going to put what did not work. Or you can abbreviate it. All right, what needs adjusting? And what worked? All right, so one thing that worked for me today, I actually got up on time, y'all. Like, I knew I had to go into work. I knew I needed to fill up my gas tank. I knew that I needed to stop in the store before the whole world got there. So those were things that worked. So what worked? We're going to put really waking up early. All right, so waking up early worked. My store visit worked. So my store visit was awesome because I was in the store around, what time? I got there about, it had to be about 7:30ish. Got there at 7:30ish. The parking lot was full, but it was more workers stocking. And the items that I needed pretty much were there. So it wasn't like, oh, I have no water, I have this, X, Y, and Z. So everything that I needed was there. The only catch was I had to check myself out. And I'm pretty sure that has to do with the social distancing. But I don't know if y'all ever had to do self checkout and you got to weigh stuff. And then the thing be like calling attendant. Like, that right there was a bit much. But outside of that, everything was good. So that worked, waking up early. Also my therapy session. So my therapist was able to do a teletherapy. So if you go to a therapist, y'all, many of your therapists may have contacted you already to set up something where you can still have your session. So that was dope that I'm able to do that. Went ahead and scheduled for next week. Again, if you're into therapy and you do therapy or you have a life coach and that's an option, I would highly suggest it because every day is going to be different with it. And for some people, it may be a little bit more overwhelming. So if that's the case, again, reach out to your provider and see. A lot of people don't even know that that's an option, but it is, okay? So my therapy session, that worked. My son's, I'm gonna say his school schedule. So his adjustments worked very, very well. Now, they do need some adjustments, but they were able to go on in their class sessions on Zoom. So it was kind of really funny. Like some of the kids were late to class and the teachers was like, oh, we got some people late. So it just was cute, like to see that they were able to, despite things changing, they were able to kind of go with the flow. You believe it or not, kids adapt a little bit better than adults. Not in every situation, because you do have kids that I even often think about where school is their escape. So I am sending prayers out for them. But on my end, not but, on my end, my son did pretty well today. And so I'm like, did you finish your work? And he really finished his work. And I'm up here trying to find new stuff. So that worked out today really well. So his school schedule worked. What did not work was my pens not in my bag. Okay, so let's talk about losing my pens. I'll also say that I didn't set my routine. We talked about my routine. So what didn't work? Not having my routine. All right, so I would say that was one thing that kind of took me off. What needs adjusting? Don't know what needs adjusting. Opposite for me, most of the healthy stuff I can eat. Sorry to hear that it was gone. Check with your stores too. Another tip, get in good with the manager at the store, and you can call that manager and find out when their loads are going to come in. I know right now a lot of stores here, they're closing down at 8 o'clock so the trucks can come in and they can actually stop. So by the time I got there this morning, and some of them are opening at 7, some are waiting to 9 just so the stuff can get out. So find out when they'll have their next trucks coming in. Most of them will let you know when they're coming in. So I would suggest doing that within the next couple of days to see what they say. All right, so what needs adjusting is my eating schedule. So my eating schedule and habits. So I'm going to encourage, while you're out on your break, if you are, to come up with an eating schedule. Pay attention to what you eat. You can pack on pounds that quick, y'all, like extra pounds, because it depends on how you are, where you feel, if you're stressed, if you're not, if you're an emotional eater, or if you're, I mean, we talk about the kids, but we'll do the same thing. If it's more here, I have a tendency to go towards that, right? So you may want to create an eating schedule along with your routine, working out, all of that, okay? So those are some things that you can do. So yeah, what else worked? Y'all, I actually joined in on, the other day we talked about how I wanted to get into investing and stuff like that. So I listened to, I'm gonna just say it's a session. I mean, I don't know if it's considered a class, a session on trading and investing. And so another thing, the time that we have now, you're going to have two groups of people. And this is just going to be how it is. You're going to have people that complain the whole journey through, and you're going to have people that see the see the issues that are going on, and they're going to look for, what can I gain out of this, right? So again, I would encourage, in your journal somewhere, write, what would I like to learn from what's going on, okay? Yes, we know that it has the world upside down a little bit, but what can I gain from it? Okay, if you're self-employed or you want to be self-employed, what are you doing about it? What have you started doing that you said you were going to do? Maybe you want to go back and look at the goals that you set for 2020. I also want to say this, and I know we joke a lot on social media and we say a lot. The powers in your words hold a lot of power. And I see so many people canceling out 2020 and how 2020 is the worst and how we need a do-over. And I kind of feel like some of y'all that are saying that didn't even start in January, right? So do we keep complaining, or do we find avenues to change the complaint? So these are things that you may want to work on. I know it's like, oh, she too good. She's saying this, and that. No, y'all, I'm talking from experience. You can speak so negative about something that it becomes your new norm. And before you know it, 2 to 3 weeks have passed, 4 weeks, 6, we don't know what it's going to do. Nonetheless, that time can pass and you've complained consistently because you've surrounded yourself with people that complain. Watch your feed. Clean your feed up. Change what you see in front of you so that when it's time to go and make the changes and there are avenues and doors opened up for you, you can make some moves. But you can't make moves hanging around people that are negative 24/7. And believe me, when you in a house for a long time and all you see is negative things in front of you and all you post and repost is negative things, you're feeding that energy to yourself, and growth can't come out of that. As much as you want to believe that it can, it cannot. Hey, Joy. Oh, you're going to do the KonMari method. And you said you're going to start a blog. Awesome. So you take those items and you place it down and you write a plan out for it. What am I going to do this week towards that? Okay, so T, maybe consider some activities that you like doing. Are there any activities that you like? Are there any hobbies that you would like to get into? Hey, Beverly. So because these are some of the things that I do when I stress, maybe look at what are some things that I want to learn how to do. It may be, I'm just going to throw this out here. I ain't saying that's what you want to do, but you may want to learn how to knit. Utilize your resources that you have. If you're on social media now, people are giving so many free resources to keep people's minds occupied. It's just up to you to say, oh, I saw this. Let me save that link. Let me go back to that. So I definitely would encourage people to look at that. All right, so this is day 1. We have what didn't work, what needs adjusting, what works. So these are some of the things. Now remember, this isn't my everyday planner. Not planner, everyday journal. So I'm not going to do my in-depth journaling in here. So we're going to go on and flip over. And we're going to go ahead and talk about this social media. So like I mentioned before, in February, I came out with some journal prompts. And So these, I just want to show y'all, this is a whole notebook full of the journal prompts that I have produced. And this isn't even all of them. I need to print out the rest of them. Oh, thank you, Darlene. Shirts will be going out next week, as long as all is well with the postal system. So y'all will be updated on that. All right, so these are all different journal prompts, right? And so I have one called Dear Social Media, and I know you feel like you're getting something, but y'all not getting all of them because they're behind here. So this is the Dear Social Media prompts. I would encourage you, if you need something to write about, go ahead and check out my PayHip site. It's www.payhip.com/Journal Jot and Jive. You can go on there. There's different topics. But this one right now, y'all, is probably going to be very vital for what's going on. You just get your download, grab it. There's a couple of people on here that have it. So if y'all have it, it's probably time to pull these back out. So you pull it out and then you find something that you want to write on. All right, so I am going to, off screen, flip over and find the question. And so I am going to read you one question. So if you want to go ahead and write it down, that's going to be the one that we work on. Let me find one. Hold on. All right, all right. All right, so this is so you know how some of these journal prompts go. The journal prompts aren't always one-liners. Some of them are a little bit deep. So we're going to go with, I just mentioned this earlier. So we're going to go with question 2. And with the social media journal prompts, there are 20 journal prompts to work on. Enough time for you to work on them. So we're going to go with, what type of pages do you follow? Can somebody type this in for me? Because I won't remember it. But what type of pages do you follow? And then the second question to that is it beneficial for your current path/walk in life? All right. And I may be able to. Okay, so what type of pages do you follow? And then the second part to that is it beneficial for your current path and walk in life? All right, so that's our journal prompt for today. So let's find us something that can go along with social media. When you think of social media, what colors do y'all think of when you think about social media? And so we're going to title this Dear Social Media. Okay, so you see dark blue. Ooh, that ain't really how I wanted that to go, but that's what y'all gonna get today. So Dear Social Media. So we're gonna put that on your page somewhere, however you put it. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. This is gonna be me being real anal. Don't judge me, because we are about to glue this page shut, because I don't like it and I don't feel like trying to make it work. So that's some of the trifling stuff that I do. All right. So I just glued that together. And we're going to do all right, so we're going to do Dear Social Media. And again, you write it however you want to write it on your page. Okay, so what kind of pages do some of you all follow? I want a deep pink. Hey. Okay, so you follow cake pages, journaling, comedy. Weight loss, journaling, art. Yeah, so I'm gonna be transparent and tell y'all what I follow. So I follow entrepreneur, women entrepreneur pages. I follow journaling pages. I follow a few planner pages. Oddly enough, I don't follow a lot. Lifestyle, hair pages. I actually have 3 Instagram accounts to separate out my businesses. Fitness pages. I actually follow food pages, y'all. Now, in reference to Instagram, I don't follow like what I like to call ratchet pages, but on YouTube, I do have a few ratchet pages that I have to sometimes reel myself back in because they ain't always the best, but that is sometimes some of my guilty pleasure. But for the most part, I follow pages that are going to help me with my walk in life. Yeah, finance pages, I follow those. So that's typically what I follow. Now, in the beginning, I feel like I just opened the Bible with that. In the beginning though, I used to follow a little bit of everything, and I would find myself rolling my eyes at pages, right? And I had to check myself. I'm like, if you don't like something, why am I still following it? Like, it absolutely made no sense. So I had to get to a point where if I felt like my peace was being disturbed, I unfollowed the page. Okay, so it might be a little tip for y'all. If you find yourself looking at a page and judging the page or the person that's posting, at some point you may want to look at, why am I so invested in finding fault in that page or in that person? And reel it back into yourself. Are any of these pages helping me? Oh, thank you, Keisha. Are any of these pages helping me, right? So I say all of this to say, now is the time where social media is going to feed our psyches a lot, a whole lot. And you want to be very conscious of what you're following. So perhaps you want to change careers. Maybe you want to follow some pages that talk about job searches. Like, y'all, there's so much out here. There's so much free information that many people miss out on because you're so focused on everything else. And I'm not saying you don't have your guilty pleasure pages here and there, but after a while, like, pay attention to some stuff. And I can't say too much, y'all, because a lot of this is inside of the journal prompts. Like, yeah, you would be answering a lot of this stuff. But what kind of pages do you follow? So we're going to write this question. I'm going to need to write in baby handwriting because this is... All right, so if you're just joining, we're going to write the question down. This is one freebie question that you're getting outside of the Dear Social Media Journal prompts. With everything that's going on with it, if you were new joining in and you're like, why does she keep saying this word, it? I can't say what's going on in the world because they're going to demonetize my video. And so with me being a hairstylist and having the possibility of sitting out for a while, I got to make coins in other areas, all right? And so, yeah, I can't say its name. But while we're dealing with it, you may want to journal more. You may need ideas on what to journal about. I got everything you need and more coming. So we're going to write your freebie question down from the Dear Social Media Journal prompts. And it is, what type of pages do you follow? All right, that was question 1. And then question 2 again is it beneficial for your current path? I'm going to run out of room. Told you. Hey, how are you? Okay. Is beneficial for your current path / walk in life. All right, and so what you may do with this journal prompt, like, of course, you may say, hey, I follow X amount of pages, blah, blah, blah. Or you could actually write a list of some of the pages that you follow. And maybe you can say beneficial for your current walk in life. Now, maybe you're not on the walk or the current path the path that you would like to be on. So you could also kind of switch it up a little bit and say, is this helping me get to the path in life that I want to write? What you talking about you missing? What you missing? Okay, so another thing I like to do if I'm going to decorate my journal pages with my journal prompts, I'll go in and see what some key words are on here. We see that we have the word path, walk, so you could possibly create a street. So maybe we can create a street or a road right here. So we already have a little gray right here, so let's just go ahead. The road don't have no black lines, that got white. So let's just go ahead and make something that look a little bit like a road. And then another thing you could do, because you're talking about, what do we say, path, walk, beneficial, social media. Since you're talking about social media, you could probably put the names of social media sites, or you can look up what the symbols look like. And if you're into artsy type stuff, you may want to draw something, or you may put thumbs up, subscribe, all of those type things. You can add that as some elements on there, or you can go and find you a sticker if you ain't into all of that drawing. All right, so that's that. I'm going to put a little bit of black or either this silver so this kind of stands out on the page. Now, somewhere in some of those sticker books y'all have, there's some sneakers or, yeah, some of that type stuff. In one of these books that I have to the side of me. And let's see. Nah, I done used all of those. Oh, but we can put a little thumbs up. We gotta put a little thumbs up, put a little thumbs down. We're gonna do both of them. Thanks for typing that again. All right, so we can put a little thumbs up. And then a little, I mean, that ain't a real thumbs down. Oh, maybe because that was a thumbs up. Hold on. We don't waste no sticker for right now. And then it was a thumbs down right here. Yeah, one of these fitness books had some sneakers, y'all, but guess what? When I don't feel like it's near me, we're just not going to do that, okay? So again, you'll go in and you'll answer that question. So this is your question. What type of pages do you follow? Is it beneficial for your current path walk in life? If you're not on your current path, you're going to say, is it beneficial for what you want to do in life. And then on the flip side of that, after you create that page, you may say, hey, what is it that I want to do in life? And then you can curate a page of pages you should follow. Write it down and then go follow. That may be something that you want to do. I really want some little shoes on here. See, when you speak it and you ask for it, you find it. This is when my books was falling apart because I didn't bind them together back a while back. But I wanted these shoes. Just because I was talking about what was my current walking in life. And all right, so your focus today is, if you're not following, I think we're back. Joy, can you see it now? Okay, so y'all can see me now. Good. Awesome. Oh, y'all, my nail is cracking. This thing is about to be off tomorrow. Just know, tomorrow she ain't gonna be here. I'm about to cut these down all a little low. Oh, Lord. See, this that time I'm like, oh, nail tech, are you working? That's just trifling. I'm gonna do my part. I'm gonna do my civic duty. Y'all just gonna see some rough nails. I felt it crack. All right, so I'm just finishing my shoes on here. Thank y'all for popping back in. I don't know, it could be a combination. I feel like my phone might have been getting too hot, and it was like, nah, we ain't gonna work right now. So it could have been a little bit of that. All right. I have on what I wanted. So this is definitely where I would go in and journal, because it does, this right here for me doesn't have to be a really, really long journal moment. It's pretty much just going to say, hey, these are the type of pages that I currently follow. And for me, I started cleaning up my feed last year before going into this year. So my feed doesn't look anything like it used to look. Yeah, it doesn't look anything like it used to look. Before, I would be so like, literally, I would be rolling my eyes. And then I would have to be like, but why are you still here? Like, you're not making any sense at all. Like, nobody is holding you hostage to the pages that are annoying you. Okay? You know I probably annoy some people and they still follow my pages. And you'd be like, but why? Why do we feel obligated? Makes no sense to me. So I had to start changing some stuff. Changing things around. And it might have been the best thing that I could have did, y'all. Honestly. The best. So my actual go-to social media sites are Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. YouTube is actually one of my faves. Instagram would be second. Facebook want to be third. Yeah, I used to be like that, Ash, but for other folks' business ain't bringing me business, so I got to mind my own business so people will spend with me. And so that I can expand my brand. So I had to realize that I was following too many pages, and I'm just speaking for me where I am and where I was in my walk. I was following too many pages and I was getting discouraged in my own purpose and passion to the point I wasn't getting anything done. I felt like certain people were better than me. I felt like, yeah, I journal, but the minute I would put something out, other people would do the same thing. And then I just had to redirect what I allowed myself to see. And the minute I did that, things have been going better ever since. Ever since. Ever since. See how country that was? Ever since. Or ever since. Ever. Y'all get what I mean. Sorry, water break. Make sure y'all are drinking your water. Okay. Moisten the throat so if it gets in contact with you, can go into your belly and your stomach acid can burn it up, if that's true. So yeah, y'all, that's how I started redirecting. That's how the journal prompts, Dear Social Media, came about, because I literally see so many people falling down that rabbit hole. And you know, the year is going to go by and you're going to see people complaining about how nothing has gone their way. They feel like they're in the same spot. And, you know, you have to change your habits. You have to change your habits if you want a different result. Yeah, I'm really over here real slick upset that my nail is cracked. I mean, it's actually time for them to look like they looking, because it's a mess. Whole mess. Whole mess. All right. And so I'm going to add a little black because y'all know I like to make the page pop a little bit. Oh, you had to come back out and come back in. Because I was like, Joy, can you see? And then Sharon came in and said she was no longer buffering. All right. So we're on the inside. Do y'all have any journal questions? Now would be the time to ask, because guess what? We're not going to be on here very long, because we're almost at our hour mark. So, yeah. Yeah. We're about to get up off of here in a second. Thank y'all for joining me. Really appreciate it. I hope you learned something. I realize some of y'all are still getting to know me, so that's why you're quiet right now. And some of you will never say anything. But I do appreciate you all for staying on the lives, even if you don't say anything. As long as you are getting something out of it, that's all that matters. For those that talk with me, I appreciate it, because it's needed to keep me going. So there's a little bit of balance with both. Oh, you missed a bunch. Yeah, as Joy said, you ain't got to say nothing, but if you can hit that like button, y'all, because it's helping me. Okay? It's helping me. I checked my analytics. It's actually helping. So I'm glad to see the growth. And no matter where you are, what walk in life you're doing, make sure you measure your growth so that you can make the necessary adjustments. We will resume with lunchtime live, I believe tomorrow. I think we should be able to do lunchtime live tomorrow. Lunchtime live is going to go from anywhere from 12 to 3. We don't have a definite time just yet, because I'm still, again, checking analytics to see what time works better for most. So that'll be that. But I am excited. What we are going to do is y'all will start seeing in the thumbnail something that I'm eating for the day, because I want to showcase healthy options while we're dealing with it. I think we need to show some healthy options while we're dealing with it, some ideas. Sometimes it may be a smoothie, sometimes some veggies on a plate. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that part. But what I will say is I'm losing a couple of inches drinking this water. So if you're not a water lover, start drinking water. You'll actually see results faster than somebody that drinks water all the time because your body won't be used to it. So it'll be around here like, girl, what you doing? Or guy. And you'll see some inches drop as long as you partner that up with some better eating habits. All right, we have 6 more minutes. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask your questions, thoughts, and opinions. You can place those too. And after we get off of here, if you haven't purchased the Dear Social Media Journal prompts, go ahead and grab those. And get started. If you're wondering what type of notebook you need to journal in, there's no perfect notebook. You can start with a spiral notebook. Your whole goal is to write your heart out, write the great, the good, and the not so good. And it should read like a book and not a broken record. Keisha, I haven't done the relationship journal prompts, and I actually have some journal prompts on friendship that I need to reformat. So I've done some on friendship. I do need to do some on relationships, but while it is around, I don't think that might be the healthiest option just yet. But yeah, that'll be coming down the pipeline for sure. For sure. But you know why it is here and people got to live with them? Some of my journal prompts are super deep. And I don't need y'all inboxing and emailing me talking about, girl, you the reason. But yeah, those are definitely coming. Thank you for everybody else that's popping in. If you're coming in on the tail end, make sure you go check out the rest of the video. I think you'll get some great tips from it, and you'll also understand how this page developed, as well as leave with a free journal prompt for the evening. All right, so we have set up our page to journal. The journal prompts can be found here. So it's going to break this link, but you can highlight it and copy it. But that's where the links can be found. Thank you for asking. All right, and I'm going to put one more sticker in the corner over here because we need our YouTube. Thank you. All right, y'all, and I think this is our spread for the evening. This is what I worked on, and then remember earlier we did the breakdown of day 1 of it. I'm gonna have all y'all calling it in a minute, but we did the breakdown of it, and these are things and points that I can journal on later tonight. Oh, I'm getting a little raspy. I only wanted to be raspy if I thought I could sing. I wanted a raspy voice because I felt like people that can sing have raspy voices. But that's not my truth. That's not my truth. All right. All right, y'all. So we got 2 minutes left. Any more questions before I head up on out of here? If not, y'all make sure y'all have an amazing day. Amazing day. It's nighttime. Y'all make sure y'all have an amazing night. If you have to go into work or out, y'all make sure y'all are safe and do the things that you need to do. Give people 50 feet. If you're going to go anywhere and get a service, just make sure you take the precautions that you need to take. All right. So y'all have an amazing night. I am Renee from Journal Jot and Jive. If you haven't already, hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification bell so every time I post, you are in the know. If you are into pictures, I am on IG as well for Journal Jot and Jive. Yes, the shirts are still available. That can be found on That can be found on my actual website. And on my website, if you scroll to the bottom as well, it'll take you to the other pages that I have, okay? So good night, y'all. I'll see y'all at lunchtime tomorrow.